Hey fans, it's Francisco from Footy RTA, and I gotta say, many of us have probably been in the situation where if we see the newest cleats from the best brands, we're probably gonna go and buy them, and that shows us that brands have a lot of power over us and the decisions we make as consumers. This is exactly what I want to talk to you guys about today, especially since soccer is such a big part of our lives as fans and can take sometimes a big hit in our financial status. I think a lot of us don't really pay attention to the brands we buy from, like Adidas, Nike, just because, they're part of the way we live as soccer fans, because it's on our favorite team's gear, our favorite players' gear as well. So I think this is a very important topic to touch upon. So that being said, this video is going to be broken up into two parts. One, the psychological aspect of it and how brands are getting us to, buy stuff from them, like a certain product. And two, how we're induced as a consumer to actually go, and when we're buying something, then their brand will be our number one option just because of sponsorships. Oh, and yeah, just one more thing. Destroy the like button. Okay, now that that's out of the way, let's go. All right, so one of the main ways brands get us to, buy their specific products is by targeting different products by position. So let's say you're a midfielder, well, they have this specific product for the midfielder, and then also for the attackers, defenders, and goalkeepers, and so on. So basically what that does to us is that we think that if we buy another product from another position that we don't play, we're not gonna necessarily perform as well, and that's just really not the case. They got different materials and different things. Yes, that might help you, but they don't really, and that's one of the main ways. And also they get us to think this by getting players to advertise for that specific product that play that position, and that I'll get to that in later in the video. And I just want to make this clear that I'm not trying to make brands seem like the bad guy here, because ultimately we will end up buying from them, and that's their goal, to make a profit and sell their gear to us. And another way they get us to think like this is by offering different products at different levels. And here's what I mean. So basically, if you go on Nike's website, for example, you can see that they offer the one cleat, right? Let's say the Tiempos, but they also offer different levels, like Academy, Pro, and Elite. The Elite is obviously for the professional player, and the Academy is for the beginner. So that'll make us think oh, if I'm a beginner, I'm gonna go with the Academy ones. Or oh, if I'm very good, and I play at a very high level, well, I might just go for the elite ones. But at the end of the day, it's your decision. And the final psychological point for today is that, well, brands usually make us feel worse or less than others just because we don't have the latest gear or the latest and greatest thing that they offer. And this might not happen to you, and that's great, but I feel like the majority of people start feeling like this. So Nike, Adidas, Puma, shame on you. Now I'm putting the blame on you on this one just for now. And when you look at the point I just made, you might just be like, oh really? I've never thought of that before. But in reality, this does happen usually with younger people, well, like myself, especially from personal experience. You'll see that one tough guy, he's got the latest cleats, and then you think oh, you're so intimidated, and you're like, yo, this guy looks so pro, we're definitely gonna lose the game today just because he has the latest cleats. But then he actually turns out to be the worst player on the team, and you actually end up winning the game. So yeah, that really has a big impact on us. And sadly, what ends up happening most of the times, if we have the money, then yes, we will go buy the thing just because we look cool and we want to look cool with our friends, or we'll buy a takedown model that looks really similar to it. And yeah, damn, I still remember that kid in 2014 with the newest Hypervenoms. He looks so dope. If you guys are enjoying the video, as always, make sure to destroy that subscribe button and hit the bell notification down below so you don't miss a beat, and hit the like button as well, as it helps me and YouTube show the videos to you guys. Okay, so how exactly do brands and sponsors get us to be their number one choice when it comes to purchasing a product that they're in the field of? Well, when consumers are watching the game and they see that logo and that big logo across the jersey, they're instantly gonna think and build trust on that brand, simply because they're closely related to something they care about, which is their favorite team or something like that. So they're instantly just gonna look up,
oh, who is this? Oh, I wanna participate, I wanna buy stuff from them.
and that kind of thing. So like a perfect example of this, especially for me, was like Fly Emirates, right? Or Emirates Airlines. You see them across tons of jerseys across Europe, and it's because they got a lot of money to put themselves on a jersey, and that's why they're willing to pay so much to be on it, just because we're gonna look it up, and we might just fly with them whenever we're going to like the Middle East or something like that. And honestly, I didn't even know what Emirates Airlines was before Real Madrid got their sponsor. And if you see their logo over and over and over and over and over again every time you watch the game, then you're instantly gonna build trust in that brand, just because they're in your favorite team's jersey. So yeah. And just some facts: Adidas's contract with Real Madrid is the biggest sponsorship contract in Europe right now, with 80 million euros a season. Adidas gets to manufacture the club's jerseys for a lifetime, and cost really doesn't matter to Adidas because they know they're going to get a huge return in revenue and overall sales just for being Real Madrid's sponsor. And that sponsorship fee clubs get from their sponsors is 31% roughly an average of all clubs of their annual revenue. And another way brands and sponsors can get their name out there and have them be your number one choice when it comes to purchasing is by actually having their name in a tournament's name. For example, like Barclays Premier League in the past, I know that's not the case anymore, or La Liga Santander now, when Santander is actually a huge bank in Spain. These sponsors tend to be a little bit more specific according to what country you're in. For example, Barclays is a financial institution in England. That's why they sponsor the Premier League, and Santander is in Spain, so that's why they're sponsoring currently La Liga. And this is because most of their viewers, obviously, like the league's viewers, come from that country, so that's when they're gonna be able to get the most benefits. So let's say that a Barcelona fan wants to open up a bank account in Spain, they're probably gonna go with Santander just because that's the one they're most exposed to and they know most about, because they sponsor La Liga. And in a more international spectrum, the World Cup mostly has two big sponsors. That's Coca-Cola and McDonald's. And that's where they get most of their popularity from. I mean, think about the billions and billions of people that watch the World Cup every 4 years. Well, those people are most likely, if they want to go out for, fast food, they're probably going to go with McDonald's just because that's the one they most know because of their ads in the World Cup. And let's face it, if you're at the grocery store and you have a decision to make between the store generic like Coca-Cola, Coke beverage, or the Coca-Cola brand one, you're most likely going to go with the Coca-Cola brand one just because you've seen ads of them in the World Cup and in other places as well. That's just the reality. Gosh, now I can see myself and other people watching this video going out and purposely buying the store branded one rather than the actual Coca-Cola one, just because I said that most people buy the branded one. And the final, and I think the most important one, or at least the one that generates the most revenue for individuals themselves, players, is them having promote newly released products from the brand they're associated with. And when I'm talking revenue, I'm talking cash. I'm saying Ronaldo makes €1 million just from promoting a product from Nike on Instagram. And this is because people that idolize CR7, Lucas, Ryan, Justin, you know who you are, they are gonna go out and buy their products regardless, just because they're huge fans of them and idolize them for their entire lives. So when they see that Ronaldo's with Nike or Messi is with Adidas, if someone idolizes Messi, they're gonna go out and ask their parents to buy Messi's gear just because they idolize him once again. And that just brings more and more revenue to Adidas, so it doesn't really matter to them how much they pay Messi because they're getting a huge amount of revenue back from his advertising. Anyways guys, as always, I hope I answered all of your questions you had about brand marketing and the power they have in the football world. And so if you like this video, please destroy the subscribe button and destroy the like button as well, and hit the bell notification, and comment down below also what kind of videos you want to see next. I have a couple of ideas, but your input would be great. And with that being said, see you guys next Sunday.